Yeah, the summer of 2007 was really hot. It's a really hot summer. There's a lot going on. We was in Pleasant Grove at the time. We was part of we called ourselves at that particular time PLC, or the People's Lunch Counter. That's what we referred to ourselves as. Uh, we were spending time going through Spring Hollow, and at that particular time, what was called Timber Park. I'm not exactly sure what Spring Hollow is called now, but 2700 Buckner, uh, just one block from John West. And if you're from Dallas, Texas, then you definitely know about John West, et cetera. That particular neighborhood, Pleasant Grove, was very interesting to us at that particular time, I must say. Uh, we were trying to figure out at the time, have an opportunity to live up to some of the information that we was reading about, that we was learning about. Keep in mind, at that particular time, we was reading heavily, heavily into George Jackson, which Soledad Brother, books like that. We was reading that, and we was trying to figure out how to put our theory into action. And just keep in mind, a lot of time we spent, of course, with Bandeli Tayumba at Pan African Connection. It's a location that's still open to this day. And if you travel to our city, then I recommend that you go to Pan African Connection, because it's a good place. It's a good place if you're looking for culture, if you're looking for politics, if you're looking for books, if you're looking for African culture. It's a good place, and not just for Black folks, African American folks, really for anybody. Even if you're from the continent, I would suggest you take a trip over to Pan African Connection, because you'll feel like you're at home a bit. It gives you that feel of you being at the market. Maybe know what it's like to be at the market and back home, and you'll sort of kind of get that feel at Pan African Connection. But we were trying to really kind of engage the community uh, and really have a chance to really have a conversation with everybody. That was really what our focus was. We was trying to have a conversation with everybody at that particular time. Young, old, Black, white, brown, those who were in favor of what we were doing, those who didn't quite understand what we was about. Uh, and what we were essentially was trying to do was propose ideals that are alternative then, but are somewhat very popular now. Just keep in mind that in '07 we was doing community patrols, in 2007. Uh, and for those who know me today, uh, and at least in Highland Hills, we're doing made some effort in doing community patrols in Highland Hills. But back then it was in Pleasant Grove, uh, Spring Hollow, Timber Park. We had the support of some folks in the community, and we thought it was a great idea, and so we did it. We did it. We did it, and it was a long, hot summer. And, there was some characters that were there. When I say characters, I don't mean it in the funny sense or even in the way, in a demeaning way. What I mean is that there were some individuals that particular time that were active in the community, and obviously at some point they may not have been in the best interest of the community. So of course we've had some interactions with them. But also we dealt with the police, and the police was not necessarily in favor of what we were doing as well. I mean, keep in mind we were doing open carry. I guess what's called open carry now, uh, which came popular about 2013, 2014. We was doing open carry in '07. All right, and so a lot of folks wasn't aware of the legalities at the particular time, even here in the state of Texas. Even right now in the state of Texas, they're pushing to make the carrying a weapon is more lenient. I'll be frank about it. I think there deserves to be some form of regulation. Uh, just my just my opinion on it. I think regulation, to some degree, is not necessarily a bad thing per se. I'm not saying that each weapon has to be registered or anything like that, but what I am saying is that uh, some sort of regulation is a good thing. It's too easy these days to get your hand on the weapon. Just my opinion. But anyhow, and so at that particular time, we was you know, dealing with all the elements of the community. Some nights it would be three or four of us, and other nights we'd have 20. But we did the best we could by that community, and I feel firm and every so often I see someone that was around at that particular time from that particular community, and they always have something positive to say. Uh, and that's so I don't take it as a waste. And so that time frame was from 2007 to 2009. That's what the time frame was at that moment. And we served the people, man. We did what was called at that particular time Community Unification Day. And believe it or not, we do some of that and that same thing under the same name. Right now, we got something going on called the Love Patrol in Highland Hills. Okay, we got the Love Patrol, and we're going to be doing that in the Pinks. And if you're familiar with Highland Hills and the Pinks and things of that nature, some say the Yinks. I heard somebody refer to it as the Yinks as well. Uh, that's a very volatile location, but a very loving location as well. The community there knows each other very well and have been interacting with each other for, in some cases, 15, 20, 30 years. But we did the best we could in Pleasant Grove to try to curb issues uh, internally. It was very internal focused, but also because we took the position we did with the arms, we began to attract external foes as well. So that's always a part of it, I guess. You know, I guess you attract what you get what you attract. In some ways, that's a true statement. So I just really want to point out, at least for me, my first experiences with those patrols in Pleasant Grove, and I will say that I did have a couple of fights. We did go through that, but it wasn't to the extreme. And the next day, everybody showed love. Well, and I guess that's just part of being in the neighborhood sometimes. I was a very young man at that particular time, and obviously I'm somewhat older now. But nevertheless, my vision is still clear about people deserving to live free and clear of issues internally in the community, but also externally. We want to curb the issues of what is commonly referred to as police brutality, which we say is a euphemism for police terrorism. And that's how I feel. I feel that the police department obviously needs as much oversight as possible. If we say that it's a professional organization, which it is, then it needs oversight. But it doesn't necessarily need oversight for them investigating themselves. And it doesn't need immunity for when they do something out of line that they feel protected. And so that's where we got the problem at. And overall, across this country, uh, at least in the Congress, needs to prioritize passing the type of bill that's going to give the type of protection for citizens within this country to where there's an issue that occurs as it relates to the police that they absolutely feel uh, that there's no opportunity for injustice to prevail, which there has been in many times in the case of black bodies that have been spread across the pavement and in the streets in America, brown bodies, etc., and even some poor folks, poor white folks, or whoever else that has been spread across the streets here in America. and those officers were able to prevail based upon what is commonly referred to as the blue thin line. So we fighting against that. We fought against that in 2007, 2008, fighting against that in 2025. So I wanted to share that. Um, I felt the urge to want to communicate and talk about just certain things that occurred and kind of gave a general idea of what we were doing and why we did it and how we went about doing it. And the way we did it was we were engaged in the community. We knock on doors, we talk to people, and they got familiar with us. And so when they saw us later, much later, they saw us at nighttime, they remember who we were in the daytime. And we were the same people that was assisting with getting groceries out the car. We was the same people that did what I said earlier was Community Unification Day. We're the same people um, that at a school when kids were uh, concerned about kids and parents were concerned about getting hit by cars because there wasn't a sign that said 20 miles an hour or a school zone sign. With the same people that stood out there and controlled traffic for 2 weeks until a news story came out and some really smart folks downtown got together and said, okay, we're gonna put a sign up there and a couple speed bumps so the folks know to slow down at the school. So we did all of that again in '07, '08, um, which at that particular time, like I said, it wasn't very popular. We was proposing alternative ideas at that time. Do me a big favor, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. If you can, share it. I've been a person that's been active in the community for many years on a grassroots level for many years and plan on keeping on. So feel free to share the info. Peace, power, prosperity. It's been Yafeuh Balagoon.